How is butter made in factory? Raw materials and initial steps. Every day, massive tanker trucks arrive at butter factories, bringing fresh cream, the most crucial ingredient for making butter from local dairy farms. This isn't your standard grocery store cream. It's specially selected with a fat content of around 40%. The cream needs to be as fresh as possible, ideally processed within 24 hours of milking. What's fascinating is that it takes about 10 liters of milk to produce enough cream for just 1 kilogram of butter. Before any cream enters the production line, it goes through comprehensive quality testing. In modern laboratories, technicians carefully analyze every batch that arrives. They check for bacterial content, fat percentage, acidity levels, and ensure there are no antibiotics present. Once approved, the cream moves to large stainless steel vats for pasteurization. During this crucial step, the cream is rapidly heated to 85 degrees Celsius, 185 degrees Fahrenheit, and maintained at this temperature for 15 to 20 seconds. This carefully controlled process eliminates harmful bacteria and deactivates enzymes that could affect the butter's quality and shelf life. The next step is equally important: precise temperature control. After pasteurization, the cream must be cooled down in carefully monitored stages. The cream is brought to exactly 21 degrees Celsius, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. This specific temperature is crucial because it keeps fat molecules mobile while allowing the crystallization process to begin. The precision at this stage directly affects the butter's final texture and consistency. Now that our cream is at the perfect temperature, it's ready for the next stage: the churning process. Modern butter factories use massive stainless steel churners that can process thousands of liters of cream at once. These sophisticated machines are a far cry from the wooden butter churns of the past. Each churner is essentially a large rotating barrel equipped with special paddles and controlled by advanced computer systems. As the cream enters the churner, it begins spinning at precisely controlled speeds. The cream is agitated and thrown against the sides of the barrel, creating a very specific kind of controlled turbulence. What happens next is quite remarkable. The fat globules in the cream begin to collide with each other. Think of each tiny fat globule as wearing a protective coat. As they continuously bump into each other during churning, these protective coats get damaged and break away. Once this happens, the fat globules can stick together, forming larger and larger clusters. This is the science that transforms our liquid cream into solid butter. After about 45 minutes of churning, a change occurs. The cream suddenly breaks. This is what butter makers call the magical moment when butter grains start forming. As these butter grains grow larger, they naturally separate from the liquid. This liquid is buttermilk, and it's quite different from the cultured buttermilk you might find in stores. The buttermilk is drained away through special filters, leaving behind clusters of butter. At this point, our butter is taking shape, but it's not quite ready yet. The texture still needs some work, and there's still some buttermilk trapped within the butter that needs to be removed. Post-churning operations. The first step is washing the butter. Pure, filtered water at precisely the right temperature is added to the churner. This washing process is essential because it helps remove any remaining buttermilk trapped between the butter grains. If we didn't remove this buttermilk, the butter wouldn't keep as long and might develop off flavors. The washing process is repeated several times until the water runs completely clear. For those who prefer salted butter, this is where salt enters the picture. Fine-grade salt is carefully measured and added to the butter. The amount is precisely controlled, typically about 1.6 to 1.8% of the butter's total weight. This isn't just for taste. Salt also acts as a natural preservative, helping the butter stay fresh longer. Next comes what we call the working process, or kneading the butter. During this stage, the butter is repeatedly folded and pressed. This mechanical action serves two important purposes. First, it distributes the salt evenly throughout the butter, ensuring consistent flavor in every bite. Second, it works out any remaining pockets of water or buttermilk. Speaking of water, controlling moisture content is absolutely critical in butter making. Industry standards typically allow for up to 16% water in butter. Any more than that, and the butter won't meet quality specifications. Special moisture analyzers continuously monitor the butter during the working process. Any excess moisture is pressed out through specialized equipment, ensuring the perfect butter consistency. At the end of this process, we have smooth, uniform butter with just the right amount of moisture and, if desired, perfectly distributed salt. Packaging and quality control. The final stage of butter production focuses on packaging and rigorous quality control measures, steps that are crucial for maintaining product integrity. The butter moves through automated portioning equipment where precise measurements ensure each unit meets exact weight specifications. Industrial portioning machines operate with precision, producing uniform butter blocks that meet strict industry standards. Packaging selection varies by market destination. Retail butter is wrapped in specialized moisture-proof materials, then encased in protective cardboard packaging. Commercial quantities are packaged in larger formats with heavy-duty moisture barrier materials to maintain product integrity during transport and storage.